You're dropping six figures on a luxury car that's engineered to fail the moment your warranty expires. These aren't just transportation anymore. They're rolling money pits designed to keep you trapped in dealer service departments for the rest of your life. Today, I'm exposing 5 luxury cars that wealthy owners are quietly returning to dealers, and the reasons will absolutely infuriate you. But before we dive in, please hit that subscription button, because we're doing a giveaway for 2 Formula One tickets to the next race when we hit 1,000 subscribers. Smash that like button if you're sick of manufacturers treating customers like walking ATMs. And let's dive into this absolute disaster. BMW 3 Series, 4 Series, 5 Series and X3 2024 to 2025 models. Let's start with BMW, the company that claims to build the ultimate driving machine, but apparently forgot how to make cars that actually work. In late 2024, BMW quietly recalled over 4,000 vehicles because the starter-generator connections were coming loose. Not worn out after years of use, coming loose right off the assembly line. When this happens, your $60,000 to $80,000 BMW just dies. No warning lights, no gradual failure, just a complete electrical shutdown while you're driving down the highway. But here's what's truly maddening. BMW knew about these connection problems during production testing. Internal quality reports show technicians flagged loose electrical connections multiple times, but management pushed these cars through anyway to meet quarterly delivery targets. They literally chose profits over customer safety, gambling that most failures would happen after the initial warranty period. The brake system problems are even worse. Over 11,000 BMWs were recalled because the integrated brake system was malfunctioning, causing a complete loss of power brake assist. Picture trying to stop your £4,000 luxury sedan with no power brakes in city traffic. BMW's own internal documents refer to this as a potential catastrophic safety risk, yet these cars were shipped to unsuspecting customers anyway. BMW forums are exploding with horror stories from owners who've had their cars towed multiple times in the first year. One owner in California had his brand new M340. I die 6 times before hitting 5,000 miles. Another in New York has been fighting BMW for months after his X3 left his family stranded in a snowstorm because the electrical system completely failed. But here's the kicker. BMW is charging diagnostic fees even for these known defects, forcing customers to pay hundreds just to confirm what BMW already knows is broken. Mercedes-Benz S-Class and E-Class electronic nightmares. Mercedes-Benz, the brand that invented luxury cars, had 24 separate recalls in 2024 alone. 24. That's 2 recalls every month for a company that charges $100,000 for its flagship models. The S-Class, their crown jewel that costs as much as a house, is experiencing systematic electronic failures that are turning these cars into expensive paperweights. The infotainment systems are crashing so frequently that Mercedes issued a technical service bulletin admitting they can't keep up with the software fixes needed. Owners are reporting their $120,000 S-Class displays going completely black while driving, taking the climate control, navigation, and even some safety systems with them. This isn't a minor inconvenience. This is paying luxury prices for technology that doesn't work. But the real scandal is in the E-Class line. Mercedes used cheaper electronic components to boost profit margins while maintaining premium pricing. Internal supplier documents show Mercedes switched to lower-grade circuit boards and wiring harnesses to save approximately $300 to $40 per vehicle. That's right, they're risking your $75,000 investment to save the cost of a decent smartphone. The air suspension systems are failing so consistently that independent Mercedes specialists are telling customers to avoid air-suspended models entirely. When these systems fail, you're looking at $8,000 to $12,000 in repairs, and they're failing right after the warranty expires. Coincidence? Absolutely not. Mercedes engineers these systems with wear components that have predictable failure points, designed to maximize service revenue. Mercedes dealers are quietly admitting they've never seen this level of electronic failures in their history. Service managers are telling technicians to prepare customers for multiple visits because these problems rarely get fixed on the first attempt. The three-pointed star used to mean precision German engineering. Now it means expensive German repairs that never end. Audi's software update disasters. Audi has turned their luxury cars into rolling beta tests, and their customers are paying six figures to be unpaid software testers. The A8 and A6 models are experiencing catastrophic software failures that are bricking these cars completely. We're talking about $90,000 vehicles that become completely inoperable after routine software updates. The Quattro all-wheel drive system, Audi's signature technology for over 40 years, is having systematic failures in their newest models. The electronic control units that manage power distribution are overheating and failing, leaving owners with expensive front-wheel drive cars that can't handle basic weather conditions. Audi's internal service bulletins show they've identified the problem as inadequate cooling for the electronic modules, but instead of redesigning the system, they're telling customers to avoid using Quattro mode in certain conditions. Here's what's absolutely infuriating. Audi is pushing over-the-air updates that are making these problems worse. Owners wake up to find their cars won't start because an overnight software update corrupted the main computer system. When this happens, the entire car has to be towed to a dealer for a complete system reflash that takes days and costs thousands if you're out of warranty. The virtual cockpit displays are failing at an alarming rate, leaving drivers without speedometers, fuel gauges, or warning lights. Audi's response? They're telling customers this is normal wear and tear, not covered under warranty. Normal wear and tear on a digital display that costs more than most people's entire cars. Audi forums are filled with owners sharing their nightmare experiences. One owner in Texas has had his A8 software corrupted 4 times in 6 months. Another in Florida paid $7,000 for repairs that didn't fix anything because Audi kept pushing updates that undid the previous fixes. These aren't isolated incidents. This is a systematic failure of vehicles that cost more than most people's annual salaries. Genesis G, Viv 90 and G90. Premium failures. Genesis positioned itself as the Korean luxury brand that would challenge German engineering. Instead, they're proving that cutting corners while charging premium prices is a recipe for disaster. The GV90 and G90 models are experiencing engine and transmission failures that are leaving owners stranded with repair bills that exceed the down payments they made on these cars. The twin-turbo V6 engines are having catastrophic failures before hitting 20,000 miles. We're talking about complete engine seizures that require total replacement. Genesis is quietly replacing engines under warranty, but they're making customers sign non-disclosure agreements to prevent them from sharing their experiences online. Why would a luxury brand need NDAS unless they know their products are fundamentally flawed? The 8-speed automatic transmissions are failing so frequently that Genesis dealers have entire service bays dedicated just to transmission replacements. These aren't minor adjustments or software updates. These are complete transmission swaps on vehicles that cost $70,000 to $90,000. Genesis suppliers in Korea have confirmed they're shipping replacement transmissions faster than they can manufacture new vehicles. But here's the real scandal. Genesis knew about these powertrain problems before launching in the American market. Internal quality reports from Korean production facilities show systematic failures in durability testing, but Genesis executives decided to launch anyway rather than delay their market entry. They literally used American customers as crash test dummies for their unfinished engineering. Genesis customer service is a complete disaster. Owners are waiting months for repairs because Genesis doesn't have enough trained technicians or replacement parts. One owner in Michigan has been without his G90 for 8 months because Genesis can't get a replacement engine. Another in Arizona has had 3 transmissions installed in 2 years. And Genesis is now claiming the failures are due to driving habits, not manufacturing defects. Lexus LS and ES hybrid system catastrophic failures. Even Lexus, the brand built on Toyota's legendary reliability, is falling apart under the pressure to compete with German luxury features. The LS and ES hybrid models are experiencing battery system failures that are turning these cars into expensive environmental hazards. We're talking about hybrid battery packs that cost $15,000 to replace, failing right after the warranty period ends. The hybrid systems are so complex that most Lexus dealers can't properly diagnose problems, leading to misdiagnoses and unnecessary repairs that don't fix anything. Customers are paying thousands for repairs that don't address the root cause because Lexus technicians don't understand their own technology. The brand that built its reputation on simplicity and reliability has created systems so complicated that its own service network can't maintain them. Lexus hybrid inverters are failing at an alarming rate, causing a complete loss of power while driving. When this happens, you're stuck in traffic with a car that won't move and hazard lights that don't work. Lexus has issued multiple technical service bulletins acknowledging these failures, but they're telling customers that inverter replacement isn't covered under the hybrid battery warranty. The worst part? Lexus is charging premium prices for hybrid technology that's less reliable than their conventional engines from 20 years ago. You're paying extra for environmental consciousness and getting stuck with repair bills that would fund a small environmental cleanup project. The brand that once meant buying and driving forever now means buying expensive and crossing your fingers that it lasts long enough to justify the premium price. The real truth behind luxury car marketing. Here's what luxury car manufacturers don't want you to know. They've completely abandoned the principle of engineering excellence in favor of maximum profit extraction. These cars aren't designed to last. They're designed to generate service revenue for the entire time you own them. Every electronic system, every software update, every complex component is engineered with planned obsolescence built right in. The subscription model has infected luxury cars in ways that would make your smartphone manufacturer jealous. BMW charges monthly fees for heated seats that are already installed in your car. Mercedes locks features behind paywalls that require ongoing payments. Audi disables functionality through software updates if you don't pay for premium service packages. You're not buying a car anymore. You're leasing access to features in a vehicle you supposedly own. The complexity isn't about better performance or safety. It's about creating failure points that generate service revenue and preventing independent repairs. These systems are so complicated and proprietary that only dealer service departments can fix them, and they charge whatever they want because you have no alternatives. Your local mechanic who kept your old car running for 200,000 miles can't even diagnose problems in these new vehicles. Luxury car manufacturers have studied the smartphone industry and learned all the wrong lessons. Instead of building products that last decades, they're building products that need constant updates, regular service, and eventual replacement. The difference is that smartphones cost a few $100s. These cars cost more than most people's houses, but they're designed with the same disposable mentality. So there you have it. 5 luxury brands that have completely lost their way, abandoning the principles that made them legendary in the first place. We went from companies that built vehicles to last a lifetime, to corporations that engineer failure points to maximize profits. They're charging premium prices for products with bargain basement reliability. and they're counting on customer loyalty to blind people to the reality of what they're actually buying. The truth is that luxury doesn't mean quality anymore. It means expensive repairs, planned obsolescence, and subscription services disguised as premium features. These manufacturers have turned cars from investments into liabilities, and working families are paying the price for their corporate greed. Smash that like button if this video opened your eyes to what's really happening in the luxury car market. Subscribe for more industry truth that dealers and manufacturers don't want you to know. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our investigations into automotive corporate corruption. Let me know in the comments which of these luxury disasters shocked you the most. And remember, they're counting on you staying quiet about these problems. Don't let them get away with it.